Hey everyone, exciting news. Samsung is rolling out the beta 8.5, the One UI 8.5 for your Galaxy S25 Ultra. We're going to go ahead and install it, show you how to get through the beta and get you started on One UI 8.5. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for those of you that have not done a beta on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, what you're going to do is when you first go into your phone, you're going to go into the Samsung Members app. Once you get into the Members app, you're going to scroll down until you see this beta program banner. Now, in previous versions, you used to go across the banner up here and you would go in and join the beta. Now they have their own beta program section in One UI 8, which makes it very easy to join different betas. So you're going to go ahead and select the beta. You will see here, if you're eligible, you'll see any of the betas that you're eligible for. So as we can see, One UI 8.5 S25 beta. We're going to go ahead and select that. Here it's going to tell you about the beta. It says this beta test supports T-Mobile and unlocked devices only. So if you're on Verizon, if you're on AT&T, unfortunately, I don't believe you're going to be able to get on this beta. It is for unlocked and T-Mobile only. It also notes here, help Samsung improve its products and service by agreeing to send diagnostic data below. You're going to go ahead and agree to send that. That's optional, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I want to be able to send any information to make sure that they fix any bugs that might come up. Once you do that, you'll see that you have joined the beta. Then we're going to go ahead and select this again, and now we are in a different menu. So we have beta notices, we have check for software updates, we have beta feedback, and beta community. So what each of these are is we have the beta notices. So beta notices are going to be whenever there is a new beta. Once you've joined, they will go ahead and post those here. So if we select this, you can see this is the first beta software. This is December 8th, which I'm filming on December 8th. We're going to go ahead and if we click on this, it's going to give us information about the first beta. It says, hello, we're thankful that you've taken part in One UI beta program. Welcome to the One UI 8.5 beta, your chance to get sneak peek at the latest version of One UI and Android 16. If we scroll down here, it says, please be sure to back up important data before updating. So anytime you join a beta, back up your device, just in case something goes wrong. I've never had anything go wrong, but just in case. To do that, it tells you this is only firmware over the air. So that's FOTA. It's supported by updating the latest beta software. You're going to go into settings, software updates, download and install. This goes over the version, any new features that are listed. So we can scroll here. We can see Galaxy AI. There's continuous image generation. There is connectivity, storage share, quickly connect to smart view devices, enhanced AuraCast features, voice broadcasts. There's some updates to quick share, avoid unwanted sharing requests, photo sharing suggestions. We have home and lock screen changes, so automatic lock screen layout, more customizable clock fonts. So we'll definitely take a look at that. We've got enhanced weather widget, pollen index. In the clock, we've got the weather alarm backgrounds, time zone converter. In Samsung Health, you have enhanced weekly reports, upgraded sharing experience, start meditations from your watch, antioxidant measurements from your watch. Security and privacy, we have theft protection, turn off auto blocker temporarily. Battery and power, we have a revamped battery info, improved power saving, accessibility, and so forth. So you can see these are all the different changes that are going to be a part of this One UI 8.5 beta. So we're going to go ahead and go back here. The next menu is where we're going to actually do the software update. We're going to skip over that for a second. Beta feedback. So this is where you can actually send feedback to Samsung. And this is what I really like about betas is we can send our feedback to Samsung and say, hey, this isn't working, or there's a bug here, and they will go through and they will fix it before the final release. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this right now. The last one is the beta community. So you can actually post issues that you have with the beta. So all of our beta users, you can see here, there's already a post about the beta release. We have other, let's see, there's a One UI 8 default panel, new device care. So these are all things that brings a community together for the beta testing. So you can reach out, you can post something in the community, and people, the different users that are on the beta will be able to help if they ran into an issue and so forth. So let's go ahead and get this done. So we're going to check for software updates, and we should see a new software update that we need to install. We'll give that just a second to go out and get the update, and you can see it's preparing to update. It says One UI 8.5 beta. Welcome to the One UI 8.5 beta. Your chance to take an early look at the latest version of One UI. One UI 8.5 brings you exciting new features as well as upgraded personalization, productivity, and security. Appreciate your feedback and suggestions during the beta program. With your help, we can make One UI even better. So I'm going to go ahead and let this install. Depending on the size, let's see if it says. So this is 3 gigabytes. So this is a very large download. So we've got 3 gigs. We have December 1st, 2025 security patch, and the software version on this one ends in ZYL8, Android 16, and One UI version 8.5. So once this is done downloading, we'll install it and we'll come back. Okay, so we're just about there. We're about 66% of the way. Like I said, this is a very large install, so depending on your connection and download speed and everything, it just depends. So we'll go ahead and let this thing finish up. Okay, so the download is done. You can see it's installing right now. We'll give it just a second to finish up, then we'll go ahead and restart the device. And then we'll jump into One UI 8.5 beta. So we can see this is done now. It says almost done. We're going to restart. So we'll hit restart now. It's going to go ahead and do the software update. Once it reboots, it may take a few minutes for it to finish in the background. We'll let it go ahead and do that. During that time, once it's done, then the next thing we'll do is we will jump into the Galaxy Store and check to see if there are any updates for our applications. Anytime that you update your phone, you want to go into Galaxy Store, make sure and check for updates. There could be applications that need to be updated in order to work with the new software that you've installed. So please make sure to do that. And if you're enjoying the video, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel, and always click that bell notification so you're updated when I upload new videos. We'll go ahead and let this go ahead and restart. You can see it's booting up now, and we'll give it just a second. Once it boots up, like I said, it usually in the background, it will finish doing its update depending on the size and what is being updated. So if you've got the Galaxy S25 Ultra, make sure to check and see if you are on T-Mobile or you have the unlocked variant, if you can get in the beta. It's always cool to get into the betas, check out what's new before it officially gets released, and give your feedback to Samsung. So we can see here that we are back at the lock screen. We'll go ahead and log in here. Let me go ahead and put in my password real quick. Anytime that you reboot, it's going to ask you for your password. And there we go. Look at that. We are officially welcome to One UI 8.5. We'll go ahead and click start. And you can see that we are greeted by the Galaxy AI Advanced Intelligence screen. So this just shows you all the different things that are involved in Galaxy AI. Everything from your call assist, writing assist, your interpreter, the drawing assistant, the audio eraser, the now brief, and health assist. So we're going to go ahead and click next. And there we go. It says we're all set up. Let's see what's new. So if we go ahead and click on that button, that's going to show us everything that's new with the One UI 8.5. So we've got 2 options here. We have help improve One UI, keep personal photos private. So these are what we're talking about. So if we jump into here, we can see, you can see here, this is beta software. So now it has installed the software. We'll go ahead and click OK. And this says help improve One UI. Share your opinions, feedback in the Samsung members One UI beta community, which I talked about earlier in the video. And your contributions help us make our software better. Go ahead and click on that. And this goes over keeping your personal photos private. Gallery's new private album lets you secure your sensitive photos and videos here so they don't appear in the gallery or other applications. So let's go ahead and click back here, and we're going to click on home, and we'll take a look. Okay, so one of the cool new features that comes with One UI 8.5 is the customizability in your quick panel settings. So let me show you what I mean here. So on the Z Fold 7 over here, if we go ahead and swipe down, you'll see that we do have some customization availability. So if we click on edit, we are able to make certain edits to the screen. We can adjust certain things here and make it a little bit different. What's really cool is with One UI 8.5, over here on the S25 Ultra, if we go ahead and swipe down, you can see here, we're gonna go ahead and swipe down and we're gonna go into edit. And you can see I've already done some customizations here. So let me go ahead and reset this. I believe I can go ahead and reset. Let's go to panel settings. We'll reset the quick panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset it. So this is the stock One UI 8.5 or One UI 8, how it will look. If we go ahead and swipe down, we can go ahead and click on that edit. And I'm going to go ahead and show you here, which is really cool. So we can actually move these around and change how they look. So you can see it's just a nice smooth change here. So I can make it horizontal or I can make it vertical now. And I can customize this as much as I want. So if I wanted to put the sound up here, for instance, let's go ahead and just drag the sound up here. And we'll go ahead and drag it up to the side if we want to. There we go. And I'll go ahead and drag it. And I can just customize this as much as I want to do. So if I want to move this over here, go ahead and press and hold down here. And you have a lot of more flexibility with the customizations. So we'll go ahead and click done there. So that's something that is new. So you can do that in the quick panel screen. Over here on the Z Fold 7, you do have some customizability, but if we go in here to edit, you'll see that I don't have that function. So I can go into edit. Here I can add in my quick settings, but you can see that I can only just press and hold and move these around. I don't have the ability to actually change how they look horizontal or vertical. So that's one of the cool new features that comes with One UI 8.5. Another thing is with the clock. So if we actually go into the clock here, you can see, let me go into the clock in the Z Fold 7 over here. And you can see that there is a difference in the redesign. So here you can see we have our alarms and there's a bit of a change. They kind of revamped the look of this. You can see that we're also getting the colored icons here for night mode and when we wake up. So we don't really have that over here. And then you can see that the buttons have changed. So we still have the same world clock, for instance, but you can see there's a big difference. We have an animation here in the background. We don't have that over here. If we go to the stopwatch, you'll see that this actually has a second hand. So if we go ahead and start and stop, you can see you get that running second hand, whereas over here we just have it in digital. You can see the buttons have changed as well. So these are more of a pill shape over here and these are more circular. Go ahead and reset those. If we go into timer, let's take a look at timer. You can see that there is a big change in the timer settings too. It's more circular over here and we have more pill shaped over here, which is kind of interesting that those two swap. And then we also have the start button. So we have a pill start button and then we have a circular start button. And these will both, so you can see there's a big difference. We've got this countdown over here of these lines that are counting down, whereas we don't really have that animation there. So that's really cool that they have that. It looks like we also have a cancel here and only a pause. So we can delete that timer. And let's go ahead and take a look at the next feature. Let's take a look at the weather widget. So they mentioned some updates to the weather widget. I'm not really seeing that on here. So if we actually jump into the weather widget, we can see that these pretty much look the same to me. I'm not seeing much of a change. We've got the AI pollen outlook. We've got the temperature updates, and these look pretty much the same to me. I'm not seeing any changes there. Now, it was mentioned that there is a trending graph that will show up on the actual widget for the weather for precipitation. So I don't have any happening here in California right now, but we'll keep an eye out for that. That is one of the new things that they talked about. And, you know, this is a beta, so keep in mind that some things are still rolling out. As a reminder, this is only for the S25 Ultra on T-Mobile or unlocked. Currently, hopefully they're going to be rolling this out to the Z Fold 7 next. I'm hoping to get One UI 8.5 beta over here. It also talks about some updates to the Galaxy Watch. So I've got the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic here, and it's supposed to improve the Samsung Health. the overall weekly progress is supposed to have some updates. Let's jump into Samsung Health and just take a look and see what we have, if there's any changes here. And we'll jump into Samsung Health here. And so let's just take a look and see. I don't have a device connected to the Z Fold, as you can see here, but these look pretty much the same. Let's see if there's any changes in here. They did mention being able to start meditation activities straight from the watch instead of having to use your phone. So those are some changes. It doesn't look like there's much changed here. I believe they talked about the ability to share workouts. So that should be something that we're going to be able to see in the updates as we move forward with the beta. All right, so here's the main screen. So once again, there was a lot talked about of battery. Let's take a look at the battery redesign, and we're gonna go ahead and scroll down to our battery. So there is a bit of a redesign to the battery section here. Let's go ahead, take a look. We'll have to kind of go through each one of these settings. Let's go ahead and go to the lock screen here. We're gonna just hold down. Oh, we got this weather animation, kind of cool. Don't believe we had that on One UI 8. That's a cool little weather animation that we have there. Let's go ahead and go into the actual lock screen settings. Okay, so what I found is you can see that it's actually updating different applications in the background. So that's why the clock isn't working with the new fonts or anything. So like I was saying before, you always want to jump into the Galaxy Store and take a look and see what kind of updates we have. So let's just jump in here real quick. And it looks like we've got a few updates. And it looks like we have an update to the calendar or calculator, Samsung Notes. This is Audible for Samsung. And then it was also updating, just a minute ago, it was updating clock. So let's see if it's finished updating that yet and see if we have those new fonts here. I'm still not seeing any new fonts. You can see that it's got that adaptive clock that came with One UI 8. So we'll have to wait. Let's wait for it to finish updating. Yeah, and you can see it says right here, it's still updating the Samsung Note. So let's go ahead and finish the updates, and then we'll jump back into it and make sure that everything's been updated so we can check out the new features. Okay, so first up, let's go ahead and check out this new storage share that they talked about. So storage share, from what I understand, is going to allow you to share files, anything between Samsung devices. So I've got my Z Fold 7 over here. I've got the S25 Ultra over here. So let's go ahead and jump into My Files. We'll go into My Files here. And we can see it looks like they have done some redesign in here. And we'll go down here to storage share. And you can see it says one device available. So if we click on that, it actually sees my Z Fold 7, and I believe that's because I'm logged into the same account. So let me go ahead and go into the My Files over here. Okay, and you can see, so this is on the One UI 8. If we just take a look here, you can see that there is a big redesign difference in One UI 8.5. Let me go ahead and turn the brightness up a little bit there. Let's go down here, and I don't see that option in here. We don't see that storage share, but it looks like on 8.5 we actually can share. So if I click on here, it says tap allow in the pop-up, and so you can see over here that it actually gave me a pop-up to allow or not allow. So I'm going to go ahead and allow. And now I'm actually in my file system of my other Galaxy device. So that's super cool. We can switch between there. I'm assuming that we can actually copy files. So let me just go into downloads here. Let's just pick a file. I'm just going to go ahead and pick this file here. Just go ahead and copy it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this file from the Z Fold 7 over to my internal storage. And let me make sure. I'm not sure if it's actually... It looks like it's still, okay, so it is copying over. It looks like, depending on your connection, it might take a little bit, but you can see that you can do that. So that is super cool. I'm just going to go ahead and let that copy over. Okay, so one of the new features is under Quick Share, and that allows you to share just between devices that you own that are either logged into your Google account or your Samsung account. So what I'm talking about here is if we look at the One UI 8 setting under our Quick Share, and we go down to who can share with you. So if we select here, you have no one, contacts, and everyone, and that'll show for 10 minutes. On the new One UI 8.5, if we go into our settings, so let's go ahead and scroll down, go to quick share, and we'll go ahead and go into who can share with you. We now have this new one that says your devices. So we have everyone, contacts, no one, and your devices. So if I select that, any of my devices that are logged into either my Samsung account or my Google account will be able to instantly share. So let me show you what I mean here is, let me take this one out of here. Let me grab my Pixel 10 Pro XL here. And so I've got my Pixel 10 Pro XL and I've got the S25 Ultra. So now what happens is if I want to share from my Pixel to my S25 Ultra, let's go ahead and just share a quick file here. Actually, let's just go into photos real quick and we'll grab a quick picture to send. And here's a picture I took earlier. So if we go ahead and click on share and quick share, we will see, if we scroll down here, we're going to see my Z Fold 7, and we should see, okay, so here's the thing. I'm signed into a different account on my Pixel than I am on the Galaxy. So let me go ahead and change this. I'm going to go ahead and log into the other account real quick, and I'll show you what happens. So now I'm logged in under the same account, and you'll see that I'm logged in. Now I see the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and that's going to show my devices. And then I also have my Z Fold here. So let's say I wanted to send a picture from here. We'll just pick this here, and we'll go ahead and click on share. And then we'll go to quick share. And then you can see that I can see the S25 Ultra, but you'll see that my Pixel doesn't show up. And so that's where you have that ability now to share with your devices. So on One UI 8, that is not possible. On One UI 8.5, it is. So that's a cool feature that they've added. Let's go ahead and take a look at some more. It says that we should be able to see weather show up on our alarms that we have set. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my settings here. I'm going to go ahead and go to alarms. I should have those in here. And so it's actually the clock itself. So it's not the clock on your lock screen, it's the actual clock application. And so you can see here that we actually have some information. So if I jump into an alarm, let's just jump into this alarm. And I believe that we have the ability now to show the weather information. Okay, so in the backgrounds here, we can see a new featured option for weather. So we're going to select that weather, and you can see it's got some animation here. We're going to go ahead and click done. And then I'm going to go ahead and set this alarm to the current time. So we'll go ahead and set this. Okay, so I've got the alarm set. We're going to see what happens when the alarm goes off. Okay, so the alarm is going off. We're going to go ahead and click on here, and you can see that we have this animated weather widget. So it's currently somewhat sunny outside, and so you can see that we do have some animation with the sun shining through there. Okay, and that wraps it up for what we're going over today in the One UI 8.5 beta. Let me know in the comments below what feature did I go over that you are looking forward to the most to test out this beta. And are you going to test out the beta? I really want to know. Let me know in that comments below. If you're enjoying the video, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel and click that bell notification so you get updated when new videos get uploaded. As always, I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you in our next video.